up next on Inspiring Beauty and Believers?
I've experienced where they throw back into my face, well, obviously you don't need me because you could do all of this by yourself. I never said that. You know, I thought we was a team. So how do men deal with the fact that women make more money than them and still feel needed? Because I don't think it's necessarily always that men are not needed, but that they don't feel needed unless they're providing financially.
Know that my ideas matter.
Get inside your brain and understand. So especially us, those of us that study mental health, we always thinking about, and listen, women, our mind is always going about everything. So if you don't explain stuff to us, we're gonna put it together in our brain.
That's what I'm trying. That's what I want them. That's what I want men to know about women.
Yes.
Don't tell us, and then we speculate the whole situation. I know it's not a good thing, but because women are incubators, we go inside. So we have to figure out some type of conclusion. And a lot of the times that's when you get the conclusion that it's not even this, but it must be that. If it's not this, then it must be that. And I hate to be so black and white, but that's how we are, because it's like, it's no answer. So you ain't talking to me, then who you talking to? Mm-hmm. And it sucks, but that's how we are. So it's just one of those situations where, you know, to be included brings so much clarity. And then it kind of reduces that like antagonistic feeling of, well, he doesn't want to talk to me, or he just don't want to express himself to me. So, you know what I'm saying? And this is for the women who sometimes find themselves paying for past women mistakes. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know what to do. He don't talk to me. I try to get him to open up. He don't open up. That's also a part of intimacy in a relationship as well, because I need to know what you're thinking so I can know what not to do, so I can know what triggers you. If I did trigger you, can you tell me I triggered you so I won't try to trigger you again?
Right.
So yeah.
But if you have not healed, because sometimes this is just my personal, you know, my personal experience, like just the person that I am, sometimes I may say stuff, but this also goes back to what Demetri was saying about knowing your audience. I've said something before and I was talking about a box of cake. Like, yeah, if you want it, go ahead and get it. And it turned into this whole thing that I was being condescending. And I was like, I just said I would bake the cake. I don't even know what just happened. Like, it just was the cake. Right.
You went from, I just want to bake the cake, to him saying, eat the cake, Anna, man. Right.
What just happened?
That part. Well, it's hypersensitive people like me, you know, it's like, what you mean by that? And then it's like, I ain't even mean nothing by that. See what I'm saying? So you got to be yeah. Anyways.
And something, and maybe a little tidbit that I didn't learn. And y'all, you know what? Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong or not. But from what I've gathered is, when you get into that mental intimacy with a woman, ain't nothing like it, bro.
Oh, it's different.
It's different, bro. Ain't nothing like it. Once y'all on that same wavelength mentally, bruh, I should be paid $50,000 a minute just for that one quote, because it will change everybody's life.
Oh, I agree.
But you have to be emotionally intelligent and mature in order to get in that place, because yes. Because it's a very vulnerable place. There are a lot of women and men who, you know, they'll easily give you their body, but they will not let you into
in here
all of the sacred
at all.
Woo!
You ain't lying.
Woo!
I agree 100%.
Once you start moving there, bro, that's what I'm telling you. That start to getting to know men and women. Start get to knowing your mate on a different level.
Yeah.
Just really knowing who they are, knowing who, and a lot of times that's, you know, I know who I am because I know who God told me. Yeah. You know, just like I'm the son of Jesus. I'm the son of God, right?
Mhm.
She's the daughter of God.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to understand that. And one of the things that I've learned is, which makes this even bigger for me, wife, kids were all gifts from God. So how would I treat a gift from God? Would I throw it away? Would I kick it? How would I take care of that gift? She is not your wife. She is, but she's the daughter of God first.
Yeah.
Mhm.
These kids are his kids first
Right.
before anything.
Mhm.
He just said that you're the shepherd and should watch over them. And not to say that that ain't a big deal, but that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
He let you ride this car, dog. You need to wash it, gas it up, make sure the oil's in it. You know what I mean? You got
me.
yeah.
Listen, I was like, my car need to get washed right now.
My car.
But you got to take it another perspective about it, though.
Man. When I hear it like that, okay, got you. We've been praying the prayer of Jabez, so we got to take care of what we have. Make you take, what is it? My grandma always said, he'll make you ruler over many, but you got to take care of the small first. She don't say it like that. Yeah.
Why do you think that he ain't gave you $1 million? It's because you got $2.50 in your checking account. You can't take care of your $12 an hour. So why in the world am I going to give you $2 million? You can't take care of that. You ain't tithing off of $12 an hour.
You ain't about to tithe off no million.
You ain't going to tithe off of no $2 million, bro.
Right.
Woo. Well, man. So I guess we can segue to the next question, the last question, because this is what men would want women to know. So it's kind of big. So it says men can't do anything right. Don't depend on a man. And telling women to be independent is a common message being conveyed, which we talked about this already. But can you speak to the dangers of that? Can you express why men are still valuable and needed?
The why are men still what?
Valuable and needed, because I feel as if because women are becoming more and more independent
Mm-hmm.
and wearing the pants in the family, is almost as if like I don't need a man.
Excuse me for one
So
second.
why are men still valuable and needed? Because I know why, but a lot of women feel like, well, if I work, if I have a career, if I have all of these things, why do I need a man? But clearly God created it that way for a reason. So basically just speaking to why you feel that men are still, of course, because you're a man, but why men are still valuable and needed.
Honestly, like everything you just said, like the woman getting her own money and, being independent, it just kind of shows that some women don't really view men as anything else but being a provider. Like if you viewed a man as more, you wouldn't think that way. You know what I'm saying? Like men can be affectionate, men could be understanding, men could do more things than just provide. So this whole I'm independent, I don't need a man, it just comes from you feeling like, well, I don't need him financially. What else do I need him for?
You know what? When I was writing that question, I didn't even see it that way. But y'all know the guy, he kind of like circulating all around social media and YouTube. Kevin Smalls. Yes.
Kevin Samuels. Yeah.
Kevin Samuels. I call him Kevin Smalls. Well, one question that he always asks the women, even though, it can go both ways with him. Sometimes I'd be like, no, he might be right about that. But then sometimes I'd be like, don't come for us. Okay. Especially because I'm a plus size woman. So you don't be asking about my dress size, boy. Like, but you're right though. But you are right though. Because I do want somebody who physically fits. So I do got you right. It's just, the truth hurt a little bit at first. But anyways, I was going to say, he did make a good point. And one thing that I do really agree with him on is when he asks a woman, well, how much money do you make? And the woman will be like, oh, I make like 90,000. And then he'll be like, well, can you date a man who don't? And then she'll be like, no, he got to make that. And I'm like, are you looking for love? Because if you're looking for love, I feel like, why does it matter if he makes the same money as you make? Now, I would like for him to be a good steward of his money. I would like for him to be financially stable, but he can be financially stable with his 40 or 52. And that's just how I feel, because that's me. And he could also have a dream, and he could be acting on that dream in that business. But I'm going to pass it to Chantel.
I was going to say, tap me in, coach. Tap me in.
Come on, coach. Go ahead. Go play, coach.
Okay, listen. So, because this was actually one of the questions that was supposed to be asked on one of our past episodes, and we never got to that.
Mm-hmm.
So with men, with women making more money than men, I know there is, women who say they would not date a man who makes less money than them, for whatever reason. I don't necessarily agree with that. I have been in a relationship with somebody and they made less than me. However, there are some men who say that they're okay with a woman making more money than them.
That part.
But then there is this issue, or it could just be me, y'all, because I talk from my own experience. So with making more money, I've experienced where they throw back into my face, well, obviously you don't need me because you could do all of this by yourself. I never said that. I thought we was a team. So how do men deal with the fact that women make more money than them and still feel needed? Because I don't think it's necessarily always that men are not needed, but that they don't feel needed unless they're providing financially.
You can't be insecure when you're dealing with a woman who makes more money than you.
But kind of really talk about it though, if that kind of breaks down for me though, what do you consider to be a provider?
I think that's a good question. And then it also goes back into that question of what is y'all understanding? Because some people are saying, 50-50. Some people saying 70-30. Some people saying, like he need to pay all the bills and I'll take care of the vacations or whatever. And I think that just needs to depend on, I just feel like that needs to be y'all situation.
Exactly.
It needs to be y'all.
Because like for me as a woman, I don't mind doing 50-50 with the man. But some people, men might say, no, like, my female not about to do no 50-50 with me. Okay, like I totally understand it. But, if that's what you needed, if that's what our household needed, please don't ever feel bad for saying, babe, they cutting our hours and I need you to do 50-50. Because from my perspective, I've been doing it 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm still winning, but some women might say, oh, you just don't know your worth, da 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 da. But I'm like, but if I can help, why? I'm a helpmate. So like, if you decide, if that's our understanding that you want to pay all the rent, but if you don't have it this month, then let me help you with half. If you don't have it at all, let me help you, because it ain't like you ain't been holding it down. But see, that's just me. And that's how kind of like I grew up seeing it. Like my mom and my grandma do it that way. And I feel like it takes so much stress off the man because, it's still other things that he's doing. So, okay, yeah, we doing 50-50, but he's still the one cutting the grass. My granddaddy come home from work, cut the grass. My dad come home from work, wash the cars. He's still doing the oil changes. He paying for date night or whatever the case may be. So I'm just like, it don't always have to be so traditional.
It definitely don't.
If I can help, let me help.
Absolutely. Well, see, the thing about it is when we together, we won.
Right.
Period.
Real team.
He's stroking out trying to be a man. Having no heart attacks trying to be a man because you're like, oh, I gotta be a man. I gotta provide.
And it don't mean that I'm not leading either. Because they, like you said, bills, right? So I've owned a call center. I got several businesses.
It's Mexico.
But the thing about it is, so as the head, I'm the CEO, right? If I hire somebody who can do the books better than I can, even though that supposedly is something that I should do, I should be able to delegate that because that person can do it better.
Wow.
So if my wife can pay bills and make sure that we got so much money invested, my job as the CEO, as the head, is to put that to her. Now, it's not me. Now, I can understand what she's doing, but if she's better at that, I'm doing a disservice by saying, well, I'm the man and I'm supposed to pay the bills.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's true.
My
And
company is going to go down in flames because I have this pride of saying, well, I'm supposed to do this.
Mhm.
Yeah, right, dude.
Yeah.
Reevaluate that.
No, that's true. And I agree with that. And I believe in delegation. I'm also kind of traditional in my ways of, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna cut the grass. When I get a man, I'm not putting gas in my car.
I feel
Go ahead, you do it. But I'll cut and I will wash your clothes and I will clean the house though. I got the inside, take care of the outside. Like, but if we need to do 50-50 on these bills, I'm cool with that. I don't have a problem with it, but that's just me. I know some men are like 70-30. I'm honestly gonna leave that to the man, what you feel comfortable with doing. But my only disclaimer is, please, like, if we about to get repossessed or something because you got pride, you better tell me, because I'm gonna be pissed off if we could have
avoided communication and knowing your mate, though.
Right, because if I'm not paying any of the bills, then I should be stacking that bag. That's my other thought process. So now I ain't paying no bills, but I'm gonna make sure I'm stacking over here. So for a rainy day hit, we good. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't about to be going to the Fendi and Prada store just because I can. Now I may, but at the same time, I'm gonna still make sure these bills are covered too. So I think that even if I am making 90K and he only making 70K, we bringing our case together and we making it happen. So
making it happen. That's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I need a man for emotional support. Hey, girl.
Hey, everybody.
Yes.
So she just drove all the way down here from Phoenix. So
Okay.
Well, nice meeting you.
And I told her I was gonna make her get in this video, so she really.
And actually, Shiny, I was gonna say, because now I have to work, I'm gonna let her take over.
I'm glad I have two
mental health professionals.
Mental health professionals. So my feelings on it, like I said, I don't mind necessarily if he makes less money than me. I just don't want to throw it in my face all the time that, well, you doing all this stuff and see, she's shaking her head too, because when you have two professional women who, we worked hard to get to where we are, we don't want to be torn down because now we think we somebody because we make this money. Like, it's hard enough for women to get to the place where they actually are making, because for a long time it was always women making less than men. So to get to a place where you're making the same amount or more, don't throw it in our face and try to make us feel like we got to choose between our professional life and our personal life.
My question is, what man you dating? Because that sounds like a lot of insecurity.
Yeah, real talk.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see it as that, because we was just saying though, but what is...
I missed that whole conversation. I didn't hear nothing.
I know. So we were saying, like, what is your definition of providing? Is it necessarily money? Because for myself personally, I don't think that. And applaud any woman making more money than me, cool, because when we come together, we still coming together regardless. I think what the difference is where the question should be is not the money, but the drive and the things that you did to make that money. That man should have that same thing. Because I'm making less does not mean that I don't have a drive and I don't have a dream and I don't have those types of things. That's where I think the priority should really, the number is whatever the number is. You know what I'm saying? So they paying you more, they paying me less. But guess what? We won.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
We won. You know what I'm saying? Because you make more money than I do does not mean that we're not equally yoked. That's not you don't say that on the Bible. You know what I'm saying? That that she make more money or he make more. What the thing is people think of the word provide, and they think of provide being more of a money thing. I provide way more than a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? As a husband, as the head of my household, there's several different things that I have to do. So the money part isn't a big issue to me. But once again, I may be different, and I say, who are you dating?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
So I'm good with it. I'm good with it. You know what I'm saying? I like for you to buy me some Gucci shoes.
Yeah, I would love to know your thoughts on this. My professional one? Yes, doctor. Okay. I don't think it should matter if the woman makes more. However, in my experiences, it does. And not even necessarily in terms of dating someone, just conversation. Whereas if she makes more, then I need to do twice as much. Wait, but why do you need to do twice as much? There's other ways for you to provide that's not just financial. And I think I think they don't know any other way. Right. I think there's this weird, I don't even know if weird is the right word. There's this societal unconscious mindset that if you're not providing financially or you're not the financial top dog, then you're not doing your thing. And there's like an ego thing there. And it's kind of like, if you are independent enough and stubborn enough and make your own money enough, that always becomes a fight, because it's like, no one cares about that piece. I need this, this, and this as well. I don't need the financial piece. And a lot of the times, all that's heard is she makes more money than me. She thinks she's a boss. Well, I need to go be a boss. Well, can you go be a boss and take the trash out without being asked to take the trash out? That would make me do all of the things and take back pants without, like, it's not financially related. That's my thoughts.
What's interesting about that is basically you got two relationships. You got the one where, like you said, she's making more, and you're like, oh, she makes more money and she's trying to take my manhood away from me. But then there's the other one. It's like, well, she's only with me because I make so much money.
Yeah,
I could buy my own Birkin bag, but thanks.
I'm like, bro, hold on, man. Something just ain't quite right here. I think this is a more you problem than what she doing. Why are you feeling that way? What traumas have you had that you feel that way? So, and then that goes back to them saying, "Well, then you don't submit to me. You don't."
It's full circle, y'all. It just goes full circle.
And she said one thing where it's interesting. She said, "Okay, so you make more. So now a man he thinks that he needs to do double in order to be there, right?" That's almost like a role reverse, because that's how it was. There was a man, and women felt like they had to do double and triple to be on the same level of wherever their mate was.
Yeah.
So that's
however, I'm gonna just throw this part out there. However, if I am making more money, I'm not coming home and I'm cooking all the meals and I'm doing all the stuff. And I know Demetria is like, who are you dating? I'm not dating anybody. I'm just saying from past life experiences, things I will never put up with ever again. I'm not doing all this stuff. You got to contribute some kind of way. I actually think we talked about this in the relationship debates game we played. I don't know. We'll have to do it again. But if she is the one bringing in, is she taking care of the house, financially, you got to contribute something.
Yeah.
And you can't get mad if she be like, can you cook dinner? If you can't cook dinner, can you pick it up? Right, pick up the dinner. Wash a dish. Right. Pick up your clothes off the floor. Something. And don't ask either. I think the other piece. I'm just saying.
No, I love it, because all I'm going to say is the way that y'all want a man to do that, flip it if the man is doing that.
That's because society says women are supposed to do this stuff. And so, but they never took that
That don't mean that they do it.
True. And there's a whole nother episode to talk about women who don't do stuff, because I got feelings on that too. But if But when the roles were reversed, I don't even want to say
They're still the same.
Right. Like women started working outside the house, and then they still were required to come home and do everything.
To come home, cook, clean, childcare, etc. But what I was saying is in terms of if you're gonna pick up the slack on the other end, there are certain things running the household that we don't always stop and ask for. We just do. Like, I don't stop and ask nobody what kind of groceries they need in the house. 98% of the time, I look and see what's missing. I write on the list and I go get it, right? 98% of the time, I may say, you know, hey, what do you guys want for dinner? And if everyone says, I don't know, I make an executive decision and make dinner, right? But if I'm working till 7, 8 o'clock at night, just go pick dinner up. Don't be like, oh, what should I do? What should I get? Where should I be? Where should I go? Can this one night, I don't have to think about that one thing and you just go pick up that thing? Like, that's being a provider. To me, it's just not a matter of that, but there's a balance of, you know, acts of service and stuff like that, where it's like, hey, can you also do this without always constantly having to have me be like, I guess the mind, the brain, was it the neck?
Right.
I don't know.
Listen, the brain and the neck and the hands and the feet.
Y'all make me feel good to a point, and bad at a point too, because I'm like, am I a unicorn? I just don't know.
Well, what I have learned is like the guys that I bring on here, they're different than most guys that are out there in the world, because I wouldn't bring no other just random guy.
I get it. I get it, but I love to cook. Like, I cook. Like, I mean, that's planning stuff. Like, that's why I said, well, maybe I'm different, because that just don't make sense to me. Because, yeah, all right, I know you ain't gonna be home at 7 o'clock, and I get hungry at 5:30. But I'm not waiting for you. You know what I'm saying? And then at that, and this is a family show, but check this out. If I go and I cook something and she come home at 7 o'clock, she don't gotta use no energy to cook or clean. So all she wanna do is go to the bed and have energy. So my perspective may be a little bit different than most men. I'm like, this kid,
He's like, baby, I'm gonna take care of all the stuff. Same energy.
So what I want is over there. So you just, okay.
I'm just saying, like, no, baby, I got you. You know, I got the baths ready for you. I'm trying to get, you want this Red Bull? What's good? Like, what you need, Mom? You know what I'm saying? Because that's, perspective is something else. That's all I can say. Perspective is something else, bro. So, like I said, I don't know if I'm a unicorn or different or whatever the case may be, but that's my thought process. Mm-hmm. That's where I'm thinking. So, a tad bit to the man that's out there, you know what I'm saying? Your energy and what you do can absolutely influence the woman in your life.
Subscribe so you don't miss next week's video.
There's this perception that, and I can say the same for women as well, so I'm not being biased, but I think there's this perception of, yeah, you reach a certain age, whether some people think that's 18, 25, 30, even 40, and you're like, well, I'm a queen or I'm a king. Because like, what did you do, or what
society said so?
Right, because society said so. Or I have a daughter or a son, so I'm for sure, because that's my little prince or princess. But no, like, and then it's like, just because you go out and declare yourself this and go to the dollar store and spray paint a crown and put it on your head, you know, it doesn't mean, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get right.
Somebody about to be hurt watching this.
Dollar store, you didn't even go get a real crown.
She said I went to the dollar store and spray painted it.
I mean, I'm trying. I'm just not.